The Alchemist. Novel by Paulo Coelho.
In the rolling hills of Andalusia, Spain, a young shepherd named Santiago tended his flock. Santiago was different from other shepherds. He was a dreamer and an avid reader. He often pondered the vast world beyond his familiar pastures, yearning for adventure and meaning in his life. One night, Santiago had a recurring dream that had haunted him for weeks. In the dream, a child appeared and told him about a hidden treasure at the base of the Egyptian pyramids. The dream felt so real that Santiago couldn't shake off the feeling that it was more than just a dream. Driven by curiosity and intrigue, he decided to consult a gypsy fortune teller in a nearby town. The old gypsy woman, with a wrinkled face and mysterious eyes, listened intently as Santiago recounted his dream. After a moment of silence, she confirmed the dream's significance, urging him to follow it and find the treasure. Though skeptical and wary of the gypsy's motives, Santiago felt a spark of hope ignited within him. As he left the gypsy's place, he encountered an old man dressed in regal attire. The man introduced himself as Melchizedek, the king of Salem. He spoke to Santiago about personal legends, explaining that everyone has a destiny they must pursue to find true happiness. To help Santiago on his journey, Melchizedek gave him two magical stones, Urim and Thummim, which could help interpret omens. Melchizedek's words resonated deeply with Santiago, and he encouraged him to sell his flock and embark on his quest for the treasure. Determined and filled with newfound purpose, Santiago sold his beloved sheep and boarded a ship to Tangier, Morocco. Upon arrival, he was full of excitement and anticipation. However, his hopes were quickly dashed when a cunning thief befriended him and stole all his money. Devastated and alone in a foreign land, Santiago was tempted to give up and return to his familiar life. Wandering through Tangier, Santiago felt a wave of despair. But the memory of Melchizedek's words kept him going. He stumbled upon a crystal shop, where the owner reluctantly offered him a job cleaning and arranging the crystals. The shop was struggling, and the owner had little hope for its future. Santiago, eager to prove his worth and make a fresh start, proposed innovative ideas to attract more customers. One of his ideas was to display the crystal glasses more prominently and to serve tea in the crystal cups, highlighting their beauty and practicality. The shopkeeper was initially skeptical, but Santiago's determination convinced him to give it a try. To their surprise, Santiago's ideas brought prosperity to the shop. Tourists and locals alike were drawn to the dazzling displays, and the shop's fortunes turned around. Over the next year, Santiago worked diligently, saving enough money to continue his journey. During this time, he learned valuable lessons about commerce, perseverance, and the power of pursuing one's dreams. With renewed determination, Santiago decided it was time to leave Tangier and continue his quest. He joined a caravan crossing the vast Sahara Desert, bound for Egypt. Among the travelers, he met an Englishman who was deeply engrossed in his studies of alchemy. The Englishman was on a quest to find a legendary alchemist who could turn lead into gold and discover the elixir of life. Intrigued by the Englishman's knowledge, Santiago spent hours conversing with him, learning about alchemy and the soul of the world, a universal spirit that connects all beings. As the caravan journeyed through the harsh and unforgiving desert, Santiago absorbed the Englishman's teachings. He learned that the pursuit of one's personal legend was akin to the alchemical process of transforming base metals into gold. It was a journey of self-discovery, requiring patience, faith, and the willingness to face and overcome challenges. After weeks of arduous travel, the caravan finally reached the oasis of Al-Fayum, a lush and vibrant refuge in the midst of the desert. The oasis was a place of peace and safety, where the weary travelers could rest and replenish their supplies. It was here that Santiago's life took a profound turn. At the oasis, Santiago met a beautiful young woman named Fatima. Their connection was immediate and intense, and Santiago found himself falling deeply in love with her. Fatima, too, felt a strong bond with Santiago. Despite his growing feelings, Santiago knew he had to continue his quest for the treasure. Fatima, understanding and supportive, urged him to follow his dream, promising to wait for him. One day, as Santiago wandered the oasis, he had a vision of an impending attack. He saw men on horseback preparing to invade the oasis. Alarmed, he shared his vision with the tribal chieftains, who took his warning seriously. The chieftains prepared their defenses, and when the attack came, they were ready. Santiago's warning had saved many lives, and he was hailed as a hero. During his time at the oasis, Santiago finally met the alchemist, a wise and enigmatic man who had been living there. The alchemist saw the potential in Santiago and agreed to guide him to the pyramids. Together, they journeyed deeper into the desert, where Santiago learned profound lessons about following one's heart and understanding the soul of the world. The alchemist taught Santiago about the language of the world, the spiritual force that binds all of creation. He explained that everything in the universe is interconnected and that by understanding this connection, one could perform miracles. Santiago learned to listen to his heart, to trust the omens, and to embrace the present moment fully. One night, as they camped under the stars, the alchemist shared his wisdom about the importance of listening to one's heart. He explained that the heart often fears suffering and failure, but the pursuit of dreams is what gives life meaning. Santiago realized that his journey was not just about finding treasure but about discovering his true self and fulfilling his destiny. As they neared the pyramids, the alchemist demonstrated his abilities by turning lead into gold. He gave Santiago a piece of the gold and left him to complete the final leg of the journey alone. Santiago felt a mix of anticipation and anxiety as he approached the Great Pyramids. He began to dig at the base, driven by hope and the fulfillment of his personal legend. However, his efforts were interrupted by a group of robbers who beat him and demanded to know what he was digging for. Desperate, Santiago told them about his dream. The leader of the robbers laughed and shared his own dream of finding treasure in Spain, at the roots of a sycamore tree growing in the ruins of a church. Realizing the significance of the robber's words, Santiago understood that his treasure had been in Spain all along, where his journey had begun. With a mixture of disappointment and enlightenment, Santiago returned to Andalusia. Back home, Santiago found the sycamore tree at the ruined church. He dug at its roots and uncovered a chest filled with gold coins and precious jewels. The treasure was real, but Santiago's true reward was the knowledge and wisdom he had gained through his journey. With his treasure, Santiago returned to the oasis to reunite with Fatima. He had fulfilled his personal legend and discovered that true treasure lies not in material wealth but in the journey itself and the love and connections formed along the way. As Santiago and Fatima embraced, Santiago felt a profound sense of peace and fulfillment. He had listened to his heart, pursued his dream, and in doing so, had found the true meaning of life. The end of one journey marked the beginning of another, and Santiago knew that he was ready for whatever the future held, with Fatima by his side and his heart as his guide. In the quiet moments that followed, Santiago reflected on the lessons he had learned. He remembered Melchizedek's words about the importance of pursuing one's personal legend, the wisdom of the Englishman, and the teachings of the alchemist. He understood that every step of his journey had been necessary, each experience a crucial part of his transformation. The story of Santiago spread throughout the oasis, inspiring others to follow their dreams and seek their own personal legends. The desert, once a vast and daunting expanse, had become a place of discovery and enlightenment. Santiago's journey had come full circle, bringing him back to where he started but with a heart full of wisdom and a soul enriched by the journey. Santiago and Fatima settled in the oasis, where they built a life together. Santiago continued to study and practice the lessons he had learned, sharing his knowledge with others. He became a revered figure, known for his insights and his ability to see the interconnectedness of all things. Years passed, and Santiago's story became a legend, a tale told by travelers and seekers of wisdom. The treasure he had found was not just the gold and jewels, but the realization that the true alchemy was within him. He had turned his dreams into reality, his fears into strength, and his heart into a beacon of light. Santiago's journey teaches us that the pursuit of our dreams is the essence of life. It is through this pursuit that we find our true selves, uncover our deepest desires, and connect with the universal spirit that binds us all. The treasure we seek is not just at the end of the journey, but in every step we take, every lesson we learn, and every moment we live with passion and purpose. As the sun set over the desert, casting a golden glow over the oasis, Santiago looked out at the horizon. He knew that his journey was far from over. There were still dreams to pursue, mysteries to unravel, and a world full of wonders to explore. With Fatima by his side and the wisdom of the alchemist in his heart, Santiago embraced the future with courage and hope. And so, the boy who once tended sheep in the hills of Andalusia had become a man who understood the language of the world. His story is a testament to the power of dreams, the importance of listening to one's heart, and the magic that lies within each of us when we dare to follow our personal legend.